All right, so let's start creating our landers inside RedTrack. So real straightforward. We've got the landers in the left column or the menu on the left-hand side there. We're selected landers. We're just going to go in and create new. And what we'll call this, the way I like to structure my landing page names is the name of the offer that the landing page is on, because obviously the copy of the landing page, the headline of the landing page is all going to be relevant to the offer. Even if it's in the same niche, we could have, several weight loss landers for, a multitude of different offers. I still want to make sure if we're running this offer or the campaign's running this offer, I want to make sure we're finding those offers or those landing pages specifically for that offer. Okay, I don't want to be running a landing page for a completely different offer where it's talking about a 30-second nighttime method before bed, but the offer's talking about a 5-second breakfast fucking ritual, right? So I always want to put my, offer name, which is Brain Savior for in this case. And then I also wanted to, quickly mention what type of landing page this is. So the ones we're going to be implementing here for Brain Savior are story based, okay? And so then I can put story and I'll put LP1, okay, because this is going to be landing page 1. And then I'm just going to put headline 1, okay, here in brackets. And then as per, I like to whack in today's date because this is the date that this lander was made and introduced. And we're going to go and grab the landing page URL so we can see it's, this is the lander, story-based, quite long form. We're going to go back here and paste that in. I'm just going to grab the URL because there's one more thing I like to put in here. It's quite a long title for the landing page, but very explanatory. Now, what's going to happen here if you don't have clear and concise labeling and naming structures for your landing pages, for your campaigns, for your offers, for your ad account and campaigns, what's going to happen is you are going to fast become confused as to what's what, right? Because think of this, if you end up running 10 campaigns or offers or whatever over the next few months, and each of those campaigns have 3 or 4 landing pages, that's then 40 landing pages. So if you're just calling it LP1, landing page 2, landing page 3, and you have no idea what offer it's for, what niche it's for, if it's a story or a splash or a quiz, what domain it is, you're going to be spending a lot of time having to go back and forth and editing landing pages to find out, it's feelingsuperb.club domain, to then make sure it's linked up with the right campaign domain as well, right? Honestly, naming conventions and structures are super important. Obviously, harp on about them quite a lot throughout these videos. Make sure you use naming conventions, whether it's the same as mine, maybe mine's OTT, I don't know. But it works for me. I like to date everything because I want to know when something was introduced, and it's easy for me to backtrack. Like say for instance, we run a campaign for a whole year, right? And it starts January 24, ends December 24. And I'm like, shit, what landing page, performed well? I need to go back and backtrack through dates. Well, if I'm looking at this landing page that was introduced on the 18th of the 4th, I know I don't have to go any earlier than 18th of the 4th, right? Like I haven't been running this landing page on the 1st of January 24, otherwise it'd be labeled that way, right? So just common sense labeling, again, might be OTT, but, I'd rather it be clear to me as to what this landing page is, as opposed to, just landing page 1 and we have no idea what domain it is. We have no idea what type of lander it is. We have no idea what offer or niche it is. It's just a little bit stupid, really. So there's my URL. I never touch any of these parameters or whatever you'd call these. I never add any of these in because they're added to the campaign URL. And tracking domain, we want to make sure we get the exact same one. So feeling superb. landing page, which it is. Okay, you've got a list of pre-landing, listicle, and listicle pre-landing. We want just landing page because it's literally just going to be one click through this to the offer. And there's our click URL. So this URL would need adding to the anywhere where there's a call to action. So your image with the click here now, your button, any hyperlinks, any buttons, any place where you want them to click to move to the next step, you would add this URL to that button or hyperlink or whatever it is, right? Optional settings. I always put this LP views. Okay, so this piece of code here, I can't show you this because we don't have Convertri open, but we cover this in the Convertri modules when we're building landing pages anyway. But we just place this in the page code so it appears. You don't see it anywhere in the page, but it's there inside of the head or body or whatever it's in. And this allows us to track landing page views, okay? So super important. Okay, and then we can save. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight it because with every offer and campaign, I like to start with 2 landing pages, and I like to start with testing the headline first. So this one is exact same lander, but a different headline. So if we open it up, so that is the difference between the two. Shorter headline, longer headline, and different sub-headline as well, right? So allows us to test from the top and get an idea. Sometimes what I will do is I will test different styles of lander. So what we might do here is we test, the story versus a splash, which is more headline, image, button, and maybe a little block of text. In this case, just going to go straight for the story-based lander. And so I've changed that. Everything's up to date, and I'll save that. So now we have our 2 landers, which we can get started with. So that's how we put together the landers inside RedTrack.